Hey guys, it's BroUAC, and the Year of the Pig event, the 2019 Lunar New Year event, dropped on Thursday. You're not doing this, you're not doing that. And while I'm not going to be talking about it in this video, I might make a separate video talking about that whole ordeal, kind of defending Blizzard, but also talking about the issue. But for right, specifically the skins, because like I said before, this is what people look forward to whenever they hear about a new Overwatch event. And that's a key detail that I want you guys to remember when I talk about the rest of the skins. They understand that they look forward to possibly seeing their main have a different outfit, have a different design, inspiration from real people, or a lot more stories in Chinese culture, were the inspiration of like that, I wouldn't say arrogance, but just misunderstanding of why these skins came about made people not really appreciate it, not really like it. And especially for all like the general skins, for like, you can make the argument saying, oh BroUAC, I did my research, I studied up, I'm more smart than you, and I get more chicks. That's so lame. Why couldn't they make different skins? They could have had a few generals, but literally all of them are generals. And like about it, again, people have different taste in skins, but if you didn't even look up where these skins are inspired from and you hate on them just because you don't understand it, then I don't think that has inspiration, taste, and culture behind it, and I think that's pretty good. What isn't good is what's wrong with every single event. This is one part of every single Overwatch event that people childish dog, okay? So my standpoint on it is like, yes, I appreciate the sprays, yes, I appreciate the highlighted intros. I would like it if they added more, but I know people only care about the skins. I just think we're spoiled with the fact that we got so many items over orangey daytime map that we see with Busan. Turn down the lights, make it nighttime, put a few decorations, and boom, there you go. But it's still gorgeous nonetheless. Again, you guys have to remember that Blizzard, because not much else has changed. But now, finally, let's talk about the game mode. We got our second season of competitive CTF. I'm still a little bit salty we didn't get competitive Mei Snowball Offensive, but nonetheless, the same issue is here that was last year, and that is Symmetra is still in competitive CTF. Hashtag ban Symmetra from CTF, man, because it is just a pain when you don't get an organized team. Because you want to know the two ways to win competitive CTF: play Symmetra and play as a family, not as a team, literally as a family. Gather around the Roadhog, Lucio, as Soldier, as Mercy, literally stay together as a huddled family, go capture the flag, and let everyone else die except for the flag carrier, because that is what families do. You go and capture the flags and die. When CTF first got announced, I was a big advocate before it even dropped, and on paper it seemed like a good idea. It seemed like a good game mode for the Overwatch system, because, you know, some game modes in other FPS games won't really work in this game because of the certain characters. When it first dropped, I had a lot of fun with it, but there was a lot of problems with it. And then the 2018 Chinese New Year event came, and there was a whole bunch of changes, but that came about a specific meta to play. Symmetra, Torbjorn, Roadhog, Lucio, Mercy, and maybe a Bastion or something. That's just because you need to have a specific defense, and you need to have a quick, easy offense to go in, slip in, scurry on out of there as fast as you can without using an ability, and hope that you can get to the other side. And that's just how CTF works, and that calls for a specific meta. Some people like that, some people won't like that, but this is the most perfect form of CTF, even though it's not perfect. But that's just because of how Overwatch works and Capture the Flag works. So I like the game mode. I like the fact that it's a different departure from the competitive, from regular competitive into a new competitive scene, and you don't really have to take it all that serious unless you're playing with an actual family that wants to try to win, that wants to play a specific meta. But you know, it's one of those things that's a step up from quick play, but a step down from competitive. And I wish that mindset was like that for all the game modes: quick play, arcade, regular competitive, where if you lose, don't cry about it, don't hate me, don't go try to expose me because I wanted you to switch off DPS and you got your feelings. It's like, I'm not doing better DPS, but also don't say, F you, Zach, I want to play Symmetra. Well, actually, no, play Symmetra because she's not a throw hero in competitive. So a new set of uniquely designed skins, a lack of added cosmetic items, a new nighttime map, and a second season of competitive CTF. I thought compared to the other third year events, it was fantastic, but some people still want to complain and say, oh, they need to add more. Well, what do you think they should add? Do you think they should add more skins? Do you think they should add more to the game mode? Or do you think they should add a pig skin to Roadhog, even though he got a pig skin in the 2017 Chinese New Year? I want to know. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.